felt you needed Martian Manhunter in this equation.
He doesn't add much. I guess it's more introducing him for future movies, even though you're not even really sure you're going to be making any more Zack Snyder movies.
You fix the barn door after the horses come home.
Also, it does a big disservice to one of the few good scenes in this movie.
Yeah, there's a scene with a conversation between Lois Lane and Martha Kent, and they've changed it to make it so that was not actually Martha, but Martian Manhunter in Martha cosplay, which really hurts the emotion of that scene. Now it's not two women who are grieving in common over someone they care about. Now it's Martian Manhunter deliberately manipulating Lois?
And why? What is paid off for this? Did Lois need to be brought on board on Team Justice League? I think she was kind of already on their side.
Then, of course, we have old Greenie come back at the end for ominous foreshadowing. Because we didn't already have that with Darkseid? No, I really don't see the point of this character. I'm sorry.
One pro about the Snyder Cut is it was a far less jokey movie. Far less dumb, out-of-nowhere jokes that are awkward just to be awkward.
He said that you were the thirstiest young woman he ever met. Hungriest.
Oh, look, no one knows what to do with their hands kind of thing.
Like brunch. Like, what is brunch? You wait in line for an hour for essentially lunch. I mean, I don't know.
Where do I laugh?
Like Austin Powers, but surprisingly more overstaying its welcome.
Okay, that'll do.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm glad we got rid of a lot of the 2010 style of humor where people just jabber at each other like spider monkeys.
But a related con to that, we also lost a lot of good moments. Such as...
I take it back. I want to die. Man, my toes hurt. I don't even understand the physics of how my toes hurt.
Children. I work with children.
And...
They're all too weak to see the truth.
Well, I believe in truth. But I'm also a big fan of justice.
Not to mention...
Save one.
What?
Save one person.
Which one?
Don't talk, don't fight. Get in, get one out.
And then?
You'll know.
I don't even feel like keeping these scenes would have hurt the tone that Snyder was aiming for. Even though I'm not sure I agree with that tone.
None of those wouldn't have fit in with this movie, except for I think Snyder just didn't like that maybe they weren't his scenes, so he wanted to cut them out. But that just shows what happens when you feed a person ego too much. They'll get rid of the good things, too. Showing that he wasn't really interested in making a better Justice League, he wanted to make his Justice League.
Or genuinely thought what he had was better, which...
Daughters of Themyscira! Show him your fear! We have no fear!
No.
No.
Because this is no good.
A huge pro for this movie, and probably what swayed a lot of people, is Steppenwolf, the villain. Unbelievably improved by this. He was easily the weakest part of the original, and now he's one of the strongest parts of this. Although, he still doesn't hold a candle to your average Marvel villain.
Witch!
Where is the ether?
I'll never tell you.
I believe you.
There are exceptions to every rule.
But he's way better than the original Steppenwolf, I gotta say that. Both the way he acts, the way he's described, and even his appearance, which now looks like a human pincushion, and it's off-putting in just the way it's supposed to be off-putting, unlike Batman.
I like that they give us a little bit more about Darkseid and Apocalypse and his backstory. Now, some of what they give us isn't the greatest, but at least they're trying to show us what Steppenwolf's deal is.
I fall before you. Let me make a plea to him that I may come home.
You still owe the Great One 50,000 more worlds. He will hear your plea when you pay your debt.
Much like Cyborg, since Offspring Kim and I already knew this character, at least as we'd seen him in Bruce Timm, we kind of inferred a lot of the backstory that turned out to be pretty much what this is, except for this is not Steppenwolf's backstory.
This is Calabac.
And everything he does would fit perfectly with Calabac. He's a brute who hits really hard, not that bright. The daddy issues only make him more interesting, not less. Why wasn't this Calabac to begin with? It's not like Steppenwolf is anything special that you gotta make sure you had Steppenwolf.
Even if you started writing this as Steppenwolf and it kind of drifted into Calabac.
Give me the opportunity to prove myself, sire. Let me destroy Superman for you. No, Calabac. But the destruction of Superman is too important to my plans. I cannot entrust it to you. As you wish, great Darkseid.
You don't have to change anything except do a fiber place on the name, bro. The design works fine.
It's just as accurate as it was a Steppenwolf, so it doesn't really make a difference there.
Yeah.
Although I still really like Offspring Kim's idea. Have 3 characters from Apocalypse come in and go after each Mother Box by themselves in their own unique way. But that's another idea altogether.
This is why I'm poor and Zack Snyder is rich.
Somebody save me! However, along with the expanded stuff that improves Steppenwolf's backstory, we also have improved explanations about everything, such as, why did Darkseid not come to Earth right away after he lost his big battle? He gone done plumb forgot where Earth was.
No.
Why did Superman turn evil when he was resurrected? His brain was coming from the future where he has turned evil, and so he was momentarily lapsing into what he will be.
No.
Better to not explain than to explain stupidly. It's the voodoo shark principle.
I have too much to live for, and more important things to do.
No.
Just stop saying that.
Master Wayne, you've been working as if there's no tomorrow to build this team of people you can't even find.
I found one. I found 2. Include Diana.
Just because Lex Luthor says the planet's in danger of attack.
This has nothing to do with Lex Luthor. It has to do with him. I made a promise to him on his grave. I spent a lot of time trying to divide us. I need to bring us together and make this right.
We have a vastly improved flashback battle in which Darkseid initially tried to conquer the Earth and was repelled by the heroes of the ancient world. This is far better than Whedon's explanation, which was just a few quick shots and then it's over. This is an extended scene with characters involved. We even see some of the figures we've seen, such as Ares and other things, building on the expanded universe concept.
It kind of reminds me a little bit of the prologue of Lord of the Rings, except put in the middle. You get to see this awesome epic past battle. You get to see all of these other characters at the height of their strength. And then it also builds tension to wonder, well, how are our heroes going to handle this? There's so few. Dun, da, 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 da.
However, with this pro comes the con of the ending. Oh dear God, the ending. I don't just mean Martian Manhunter shows up out of nowhere and has a long speech. They show up, have a long speech. You brought back he who shall not be named. Jared Leto.
Oh, God.
Yeah, this is less of an ending and more of a... God, it's even kind of long for an epilogue. It's almost like a flashing sign that Snyder is saying, coming soon, I swear, really. Write them letters, make them do it.
Except when Zack Snyder says coming soon, that's a threat, not a promise. Good God, this movie looks stupid if they actually managed to make it. You could actually have something interesting to a flash forward where you see, oh, we could go down here. Oh, and by the way, Joker's with him. Okay, I'm not a fan of this Joker, but you had me intrigued. And then he opens his mouth.
I'm happy to discuss with you in any way like why you sent a boy wonder.
To do a man's job. You are never even a man.
And just keeps talking. This is like all our complaints about this movie wrapped up in one single complaint. It's badly paced. It goes too long. It's assassinating character.
It's full of nihilism. It's gritty and ugly. Not just...
Even for this movie.
Not just philosophically ugly, but visually hideous.
You didn't turn off the lights for this. You pooed all over the film. Oh my god. If there's any scene that's the avatar for Zack Snyder and his universe, this is it. I'm sorry, but having gone through this and gone all these things, I've got to say Whedon cut. And it's not the better of the movie, it's the less bad of the movies, but it's the less bad of the movies. For everything good Snyder does, he does something even worse and takes 2 steps back from that tiny step forward.
Yeah, if you were going to strap me to a chair Clockwork Orange style and make me watch one of these movies, I'm going to pick the Whedon one too.
Which means they'll pick the Snyder one because the point is to torture you.
Oh, God, please.
And this movie does feel like torture. For those who like this movie, hats off to you. I'm happy you have something you like. I'm not one of these people who looks down on someone who likes something I don't like or doesn't like something I do like. All I ask is that if you're going to argue about it, you actually know what you're talking about and don't just make stupid arguments. But, oh dear God, I will be glad to never watch this movie ever again.
Oh, there was one other thing.
A few years ago, Offspring Kim and I watched the 4th Pirates of the Caribbean movie. And when that movie was done, we decided to cleanse our palates with the 3rd Pirates of the Caribbean movie. We thought it was that bad. This movie makes us want to cleanse our palates with the 4th Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Good night.